Let's look now at functions in spreadsheets. Last week we worked with formulas where you actually worked out how the arithmetic would work. For example, you averaged a range of numbers, you added up a range of numbers, you multiplied numbers. This week we'll look at functions where the calculation steps are pre-programmed and you just choose the function and the spreadsheet does the work. Everybody loves that. A good example is I'll teach you how to use the average function. So that instead of having to use the parentheses and the divide by to calculate it yourself, you'll just use the average function. Last week we did briefly see the sum function, which adds up a range of numbers. And then there are many, many other functions, financial functions, statistical functions, scientific functions, very specialized ones that we'll probably never need to look at, but we'll look at some of them. I'm going to quickly show you a very simple function, the average function. And in doing it, I'll show you two ways to enter the function. So we'll start with the equal sign. Then in this case, I'm just going to type out the function and open parentheses. Once I've typed in the function, all I do is drag the mouse over the numbers I want to average, close the parentheses, and press enter. And this is the average of the quantity values shown above. Let me show you another way to do it. This is excellent for more complicated functions. So I'm going to click the little FX button right there, and we get the functions dialog box. I'm going to just come down here till I see average. As you can see, there's a lot of functions. And you can see that it explains the function here, tells us what it does. I'm going to click next. This is a little supported wizard. And it tells us, it prompts us for what we need. So the first number, I'm going to click here and type the first number and maximize. Click here and hit the second number and maximize. Minimize the dialog box, click the third number, minimize the dialog box, click the fourth number, scrolling down, number 5, number 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this one, and that's it, we're done. So now I can click OK. And you see we have the same answer because I did it on the same range of numbers. Now, that's considerably more time consuming than just typing it in. I'm going to hit the delete key and delete the contents of that. So we can just now, having put it in, we can just haul it across. So now we have the averages of the range C3 through C8 and the average of the range D3 through D8. So you can see that's very, very simple. So I've deleted the averages I put in. I just want to show you a slightly faster way to do it. Equals A. As soon as you see the suggested function, just press the enter key. That types in the function for you, and you can just drag to highlight the range, which is put in between your parentheses, and you're done. Let's do that again. Equals A. Press enter, drag to highlight the range, press enter again. Very simple. Equals A, enter, drag to highlight the range, and enter again. It's also a function that can calculate the lowest number. So let's type the lowest cost here. And in this cell, I'll do equals M min, that's the one I want, the minimum. So I press enter and highlight the range. And that gives us the lowest cost. For the highest cost, equals M, and max is what I want, maximum. So I press enter, highlight the range, enter again, and the highest cost item is the laptop at $650. There's also a function that counts the items for us. So I'll put number of items equals, and this is count, Okay, and it's not coming up, so we have to do it now it knows. It says we had 6 different types of items. So again, this was equals average, equals min for the lowest, equals max for the highest, and equals count for how many items are in the list. Some very simple functions. Next, I'll show you some more fun and exciting functions. Well, fun and exciting might be overstating a little bit, but some more interesting functions that you might find piques your interest in some of the things you might be able to do with a spreadsheet.